Welcome to the Timex Performance Center, where we're at for Giants mini camp, the last off-season gathering for this team before they get ready for full training camp on July 26th. I'm Mark Hale, alongside our Giants beat writer, Paul Schwartz. And Paul, the news of today on this first day of minicamp is David Diehl. He talked about how he doesn't like to be part of this kind of off-the-field stuff. This is a rarity for him, but he was busted for DUI.
Drunk driving.
Drunk driving is the better way to phrase it. Today he spoke for the first time. What did you take away from what Diehl told us today?
Right, it's very unusual. I mean, usually you go to David Diehl to ask him about players who've gotten in trouble. Not that the Giants have a lot of players getting in trouble, but Diehl is one of those guys for a decade who is kind of the sounding board to talk about other players. He said, I don't like this at all. I don't like having to go and have players talk about me, about my situation.
Just like anything in my life, I'm an accountable person. I take responsibility for my actions, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to help other people and move forward with the situation. And you know, it's just, like I said, if anybody understands the magnitude of the situation, it's me. And like I said, I apologize to everybody out there.
It's a bad thing for David Diehl. There's no question about it. He won't be suspended. That's not what happens for a first-time offender. He likely will be fined, and he'll have to go through the system. Football will put him in a program, in a substance abuse type program. And moving forward, basically, he has to live with this and learn from his mistakes. And he was very remorseful. He said, that's not the kind of guy I am, and basically said it won't happen again. And I'll try to teach kids about what not to do and things like that.
One of the things we'll be looking at is the Giants' third wideout position. It was interesting talking to Victor Cruz earlier. A year ago, he was really nothing. Now he's the only one of the wideouts who's both here and healthy and established. Hakeem Nicks hurt, Mario Manningham gone. When you look at the third wideout position, Paul, how do you kind of size up the contenders for this one?
Well, there's a lot of contenders, and I don't know if it's a high-level competition. We'll have to see. You have Dominic Hickson, who's coming back from two ACL surgeries, missed the last 2 years. Very, very tough to come back from. Very solid, very steady. We'll see if he can hold up. In the past, he hasn't been able to hold up. You have Jarrell Jernigan, who does not have an NFL catch this year. He's a third-round draft pick, small guy, have high expectations for him. You give him kind of a break that maybe that first year was the learning curve. Happens often to Giants rookies, especially receivers. So the Giants have a lot of hope that he can be a slot kind of receiver. You have Ramses Barden, who is the perennial tease. He's the first guy you'd pick coming off the bus. 6'6", statuesque, long, lean muscles. Very poor track record, has been injured, has been inconsistent, was basically benched in the Jet game because he was so poor last year in such a big pivotal game.
Right.
And you have the rookie Ruben Randall from LSU, who there were tremendous expectations for. Both Jerry Reese and Tom Coughlin said he's an NFL-ready type receiver, but I will believe that when I see it.
It's just going to be fun to see, who rises up to the challenge. But I think Ramses Barden has a good shot for it. I think Jarrell Jernigan has a good spot for it. So it just depends on who makes the most plays, who's really understanding this offense inside and out, and then we can take it from there.
I think it's very difficult to handicap. I think Hickson is the steadiest, but he's not healthy. I think Jarrell Jernigan is the guy. He's a third-round draft pick. He's kind of got talent. I think he's the guy who they would like to see in that role, and they're all going to get chances.
Quick, might work well in that slot position.
Very quick, and as Mark said, Hakeem Nicks is going to miss probably all the training camp, and so these guys will get a lot of reps.
Absolutely. The wide receivers, one of the biggest strengths of the team last year. Tight end, these guys are a little more unheralded, and now it's even more unheralded. Jake Ballard, we saw yesterday, was cut for failing his physical. Paul, when the Giants last year going to the season lost their tight end, a reliable guy in Kevin Boss. They figured it out with Ballard. When they look at their tight end now, they have Martellus Bennett, and even he's a question mark, and then even more question marks after that.
Well, yeah, it's a tough position. Anytime you lose two players in one game, now if you have to lose a player in a game, you'd want it to be in the Super Bowl. So it was kind of a agony and ecstasy day for both Travis Beckham and Jake Ballard. They're hopeful that Travis Beckham can come back this year. My guess is he'll be put on the active PUP list, which means that he will have to miss the first 6 games.
We're going to need some guys to step up, and we lost some guys. We need some guys to raise their level of play, and the guys who've been doing it. We also need some guys who are either new to the team or been here just a number of years that haven't been a big part of this team to raise their contributions and play at a higher level and fill some spots, fill some roles.
Who they do have, Martellus Bennett is a big man, 290 pounds from the Cowboys, played behind Jason Witten his whole career. If you ask the Cowboy writers and fans, they'll say he's a big, kind of sluggish, not consistent tease, a guy who's got talent, but he's never going to do it for you. Had a lot of drops. The Giants see him as a guy who's got a lot of ability, and the Giants feel they have the best tight end coach in football in Mike Pope. He can, shepherd him into being a good player. We'll see. So far, Martellus Bennett's been great in the locker room. He's a great quote, and he's great to talk to. We'll see how that translates to the field. Bear Pasco is back, and then you have a bunch of other guys. They drafted Adrian Robinson, who from Cincinnati, who Jerry Reese called the JPP of tight ends, and anytime you mention Jason Pierre-Paul's name in a positive way with a player, interesting. I'm sure he won't be ready yet. So I think it'll be a mixed bag. The key is Bennett. He has to come in and be a good player.
All right, we talked about the tease at wide receiver in Ramses Barden, maybe a tease at tight end in Martellus Bennett. Let's get to another kind of tease guy at linebacker. That's Keith Rivers. Here today at minicamp, Giants got him in an offseason trade from the Bengals. A lot of competition at linebacker, but Rivers seems to think he's got a lot of potential here.
Well, look, the guy was the 9th pick in the draft 5 years ago. Out of USC, out of a major program. Went to the Bengals, just didn't work out for him. Had injuries, broke his wrist, broke his jaw, and just as one of those guys, it just didn't work in Cincinnati. He's here, 1-year contract, not a lot of money. I asked him, do you think you could be a steal for this team, considering you're not making a lot of money and you have such a big pedigree? And he said, if I play the way I'm capable, I'm not going to be a steal. I'm going to be, something much
armed
bigger
robbery.
than that. It's going to be armed robbery.
We have a ton of linebackers, and everybody can play. And so it's thick trees out there. So you got to definitely you got to cut through it if you want to get out there on the field.
I asked him, when is the last time you had to kind of fight for a job? He said, well, freshman year in college back at USC 6 years ago. He's down in the pecking order. Chase Blackburn is penciled in as a starting middle linebacker. You have Michael Boley and Matthias Kiwanuka coming back. So not a natural spot for him right now. He's more of an outside linebacker. He's playing a little bit in the middle, mostly outside. But if his athletic pedigree comes to the surface and he's healthy, he's going to be in the mix. And I think he's one of the real keys to them going as a defense from a good defense to maybe very good or great, because he has the potential, if he can put it together, to be a really, really interesting player.
And last thing, as we talk about this team, is, hey, the linebackers last year, the Giants got some contributions from some of their rookies, Jaquan Williams in particular. They did not get a lot from their top 3 rookie picks, Prince Amukamara at corner, Marvin Austin defensive tackle, and Jernigan, who you already mentioned at receiver. This is going to be their second year. Do the Giants get more out of these guys this year? And do they need more out of these guys
Well,
this
they
year?
need more. There's no question. I mean, these guys are in elevated positions right now. Jerry Reese said not long ago that we almost feel like we're getting 3 first-round picks, high picks, back again, because those guys did very little. Look, the rookies had no training camp last year. The lockout just killed them. They had no off-season workout. They came in just for training camp. They were really, really far behind. Then Prince Amukamara breaks his foot and misses the first 9 games. So you want to call it that it was a lost rookie year? It pretty much was a lost rookie year, but he's got to be the 3rd cornerback right now. He's got to be the nickelback. He's got to be a good player behind Corey Webster and Terrell Thomas. No doubt about it. They are counting on the Prince to be a good player. Marvin Austin has missed this. It will be his 3rd year he missed because of injuries. He missed his last year. He was thrown off the team at North Carolina. He missed all of last year, his rookie year, with a torn pectoral muscle. But this guy was a 2nd-round pick. They expect him to be they expected him to be the replacement for Barry Cofield when they let Barry Cofield go. Didn't work out that way. They have Linval Joseph. They re-signed Rocky Bernard. They have Chris Canty. But he's a guy they expect to be a very good player and a potential starter at some point, so they're expecting a lot from him. And we mentioned Jernigan. They got nothing out of him last year except a bunch of drop punts. They hope for a little more this year.
It's always good to kind of be in and be around the guys and have a mini camp for us to kind of be together and go out there and just do some organized stuff, man. And it's just good to be here, as opposed to last year when we were just sitting at home or working out on your own somewhere.
All right, well, that's minicamp wrap-up on day 1 here with Paul and me. There's going to be a lot more from the Giants, obviously, once training camp starts, which will be July 26th up in Albany. Paul will be there. It's his favorite place in the world. And we'll have plenty of video on nypost.com from that. You can follow Paul on Twitter at nypost_Schwartz. You can follow me at Hale Mark. And thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.